Welcome to the weekly OpsBase webinar. My name is Mark and I head up product and client services here at OpsBase. Today our topic is scoring your ops and the different configuration options you have for determining whether an op has passed or failed. It's worth mentioning that in the coming weeks we will be introducing some more advanced audit features. So do subscribe and keep a lookout for our product update emails. Before we dive into it, let's just talk a little bit about both of these options. Firstly, scoring. Scoring allows you to assign point values to every question response. You can optionally ignore a question, meaning that the response would have no value, and having no value is different to giving it 0 points. And then finally, the sum of the response scores is the score for the op, which is a number of points out of an available maximum number of points for the whole op. With passing and fail, you can pass or fail the op based on not meeting a required score. So if you don't reach the threshold of total points available, and or a negative response to a critical question. And I'll dive into it to explain what these mean more visually. So turning these on, first of all, open up your op and go to the settings tab. And then you'll see at the bottom of the screen, the ability to turn scoring on or off, enabled, disabled, and also the pass fail on or off. The public setting isn't really public. It's whether the person who is completing the op, the person filling in the audit, gets to see the score as they're going along and whether or not they get to see the pass fail status. Ordinarily, you probably want these turned on, but if this was a quiz to determine someone's level of understanding, maybe you want to hide the score or the pass fail status from them. When you have turned those settings on and you come back into the What tab on that particular op, you can select a question and you will then see for every response to that question, in the little blue circle, the number of points available for a given response. Now, not all questions can have points. So for example, if you had a free text question, you wouldn't be able to assign points based on that response. Clicking on the blue lozenge will allow you to change the number of points available for that response. And also, if you want to, you can also ignore the response. So instead of it being 0 points, it could just be not applicable. And then at the bottom of the screen here, you'll also see there's the option to ignore the whole question for the purposes of scoring, which would make the question not applicable. By assigning points to all of the questions, the available maximum score is then calculated and displayed at the top here. Once you've got that, you can then specify as a percentage the pass-fail threshold. So above 90%, it's going to be considered that this op was a pass. Below 90%, considered that it is a fail. And then sometimes, even though something is overall doing really well, it might be that you've got a critical question where if you get a negative response, that the audit is just deemed to have failed. And the way that you can do that on a critical question is by highlighting, it's turned gray here, the exclamation mark. That's essentially marking it as failed if somebody says, yes, the first aid contents have passed their expiry date. It's very similar to an MOT on your car. After that op gets submitted and you view the op history in the web app, you'll see then on the left-hand side, extra fields displayed. The score, the number of points gained out of a total maximum, is displayed as the score. And then the pass-fail status is also highlighted as well. The number of points that were gained for each response are also visible on every question as well. If you then share that op report, either as a web view or export it as a PDF, that same information will come through there as well. So the score gets displayed, the pass-fail status gets displayed, and for every question, you'll also see the number of points as well. And then finally, in reporting, You can choose to display additional columns. This was covered in one of our previous webinars. So if you're not sure how to turn the columns on and off, which is an option under these three dots in the columns button, you can choose to display things like the pass fail column and the score column. And once you've done that, you can either click on the filter button and choose to actually only show ops that have passed or failed or above a certain scoring percentage, for example. So you can create saved reports that give you the information that you want based on the score and the pass fail status. I hope that gives you an understanding of the functionality that's available today around ops scoring and auditing and the pass fail configuration options. There's more coming soon, which is to do with setting different thresholds like red, amber, green, for example, with critical questions, perhaps making something a fail and automatically going into the red status. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask, please post them in the chat now and I will do my best to answer them. Okay, I'm not seeing any questions. I hope you enjoyed it and join us next time.